You're listening to Systemic Era Podcast. The failure was designed.
Mad scramble as wave of departures set to crash on powerful congressional committees, based on an article by Daniel Hampton. The tax writers are already being brought into position. Power is the story. The real news here is not that lawmakers like to jockey for committee seats. It is that the people who write the nation's tax laws are chosen through a process that rewards retirement waves, fundraising rituals, and insider patience. The House Ways and Means Committee and Senate Finance Committee are not decorative assignments. They are choke points of institutional power. Whoever sits there helps shape who pays, who escapes, and who gets protected by the code. That is the story Politico brushes past by calling it quiet jockeying and a long-time tradition. Tradition is one word for a system that converts access into influence and influence into policy. A more honest word is gatekeeping. The vacancies matter because the stakes are material. The opening came from departures on both sides. Democrats Lloyd Doggett, Danny Davis, Dwight Evans, and Tina Smith are out. Republicans are leaving in bigger numbers, and several GOP figures have already been sorted out by retirement, defeat, or Trump-driven party remaking. That matters because these committees are where last year's One Big Beautiful Bill Act and other major tax decisions are made. This is not abstract procedural churn. It is a struggle over who gets to decide the distribution of money, leverage, and exemption. The public usually hears about tax policy as if it were some technical blur. In reality, it is one of the most direct expressions of political power in Washington. The price of entry is the point. Politico notes that landing a seat can take years and a willingness to stand. That is not her side note. It is the mechanism. Two Democratic frontrunners have donated 3 years in a row to Richard Neal's annual fundraising dinner for the House campaign arm, and 6 more Democrats gave for the first time this year. Call it what it is, a payment system dressed up as party culture. No one should pretend this is merely social obligation. When promotions track donations, the committee system starts looking like merit and starts looking like a toll booth. The people closest to tax writing power are signaling not only ambition, but fluency in the party's internal currency. Republicans are not playing the same game. The Republican side is not symmetrical, and the article itself gives the reason. Trump has remade the party from the right, with Cornyn and Cassidy humiliated in primaries and a broader wave of retirements opening the door. That is not normal churn. It is party capture through intimidation, discipline, and ideological purge. So while Democrats are engaged in a familiar insider contest over who gets the keys, Republicans are operating inside a party that has been bent harder around Trump's will. One side is running a patronage and access contest. The other has been forced through a loyalty regime. Those are not equivalent forms of governance, and pretending they are would only flatten the reality of how power is being organized. The real pattern. The deeper pattern is that Congress keeps its most consequential work insulated from Democratic visibility, and then presents the resulting scramble as quaint institutional tradition. The committees that shape tax law become arenas for donor signaling, seniority games, and factional placement. The process rewards those already inside the machinery and leaves the public to watch the consequences after the fact. That is not an accident in the system. It is the system. Tax policy, party advancement, and committee power are being negotiated in a space where money twerps, retirements trigger opportunity, and the public is supposed to accept that this is simply how the adults do business. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Raw Story for today's article. With the automated voice of Reza, thanks for listening.